I'm sorry, mate, I won't miss a trick. You're gonna need any X96. You can call the police for breach of peace, but don't forget it's my property. You're trespassing on.
Hello.
Right, I've spoken to the police, and you're not coming in,
Yeah, no, that's fine.
and you're to go away.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you the only thing what I'm letting you know is that I've called the police. The police are going to attend.
Good.
And also that I've called a locksmith
Good.
as well.
Alright, no worries.
For the forcible entry.
Yep. Can I see the warrant for the forcible entry with a wet signature on it as well,
yeah,
please?
I spoke to Scott about that.
No. I want to see the warrant with a wet signature on it, please.
With the wet signature.
Exactly. What do you say? There isn't a warrant with a wet signature.
'Cause I owe you nothing, nothing at all. I owe you.
Right, can you hear him? Right, the police officers asked me to see the court order.
Yeah, there we go. There's the warrant there.
I want it here.
No, there's the warrant there.
He won't even give it to me.
I'm satisfied. You told the police officer to contact me directly.
Right. Well, the police officer said you need to show me that.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
He's saying that he doesn't.
So you're above the police now?
I'm the magistrate.
He's got a court order that allows him peaceful entry, distress levy on our goods if we allow him in, right? We've refused him entry. We spoke to Sevenoaks Court yesterday and we're paying them each week and they've accepted that. Now he won't go away and I've got a child in the house and I'm classed as a vulnerable adult and he won't leave. I've asked him 3 times to leave today and he won't go.
And once yesterday. Twice yesterday.
The police can be in attendance, that's fine.
The police officer said, can you ring the court and speak to the court?
No, he's saying no to the police.
He's saying no to everything.
The court have authorised the entry, who I've spoke to. I have spoke to the court. I spoke to a magistrate tribunal and courts of service.
He's saying he has, but he won't let me see it.
You've got 10 minutes for Mr. Packer to contact me, otherwise I will do what I've said I will do. There's 10 minutes.
You're a bit of a bully, really, aren't
Police
you?
officers asked me to see it.
Now you're walking away. Just turn around and have a look at me.
I just want him to stop.
I can kill a third party with one fact. No signature or verbal contract. Speaking legalese, but that's a bore. You're just a corporate whore.
Police have said that they've seen their warrants and that gives them access to force their way in.
Right, they can't force entry, okay?
Okay.
They've only got a walk-in possession agreement.
They've only got a walk-in possession agreement. Can you get one of the police officers on the phone for me?
Yeah, certainly. Bear with me one moment. What's your name, sorry?
Don't let them in the house, though. Don't let them in the house.
Who?
The police.
Oh, they're in?
They're in. All right, put the police officer on the phone.
Okay, bear with me. It's my partner's friend. Can you speak to him? He's saying he's not allowed it.
Hiya.
Hiya, mate. I'm from the Bailiff Response Team Northwest.
I can't hear you very well. You're very quiet.
I'm from the Bailiff Response Team Northwest, yeah? Right?
Bailiff response team.
Yeah, Northwest.
Yeah.
Right. What it is, mate, the bailiff's paperwork does not allow him to force entry. He has to go back to court and ask for a warrant to force entry. The warrant he has... No, he has a walk-in possession agreement, officer. I suggest you check it out properly. He has a walk-in possession agreement, which is a peaceful possession agreement to allow him entry to the property if the person who owns the property allows him to walk in. They're obviously refusing entry, so he can't obtain peaceful possession. Yeah?
I can't really hear you. The phone is so faint. Can I give you a...
Right, hang on. Let me go outside. Because I've got a bad signal.
No, I think it's this phone.
No, it's this one. Right, can you hear me now? Hello?
Put aside alleged debts, remove your implied right of access. Won't take your buddy tactics anymore.
Officer, the only paperwork he has at the minute is a warrant of control. A warrant of control only allows him peaceful access to the property. Tell him to go and have a look at Schedule 15.2, paragraph 15.2 of the crimes and... Oh my God, I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. I've got it all written down. He'll know what I'm on about, mate. He has to go back to court and apply for a warrant to allow him forced entry. Officer, I'll ask you to look at the same principle. As an officer of the law, if you want to go and enter somebody's property, you have to go and ask a court for a warrant. Am I right, am I wrong?
In certain circumstances.
If you want to force entry to a property, you have to get a judge to sign the warrant, correct?
Well...
Okay,
no,
in most cases you have to get a warrant, yeah? Right? These people are not above yourself, are they?
No.
Right. So I ask you just to double check the paperwork, officer, and take into you know, as a constable, you know, you are there to protect and serve the people, not the corporation. I'm not trying to have a go at you. Do you know what I mean?
We're here. I've already explained to both parties that obviously this is a civil matter between the two.
Correct.
We're here at the moment just to preserve a breach of the peace. That's all.
Right. Well, his warrant of control does not give him the right to force entry. He knows he has to go back to a magistrate's court. He's using fear now, and he's actually committing an offence, officer. He's demanding money with menaces, what he's doing, because he's only allowed to peacefully ask. If he's causing alarm and distress, then he has to be moved away from the property because he's causing alarm and distress. And the lady's quite clearly alarmed and distressed. Yeah?
Yeah, well, we're checking it out from both ends, obviously, based on what you've just told us. We're just checking out this warrant of control.
Yeah.
And obviously, if that is correct, and he's only got a warrant of control, there isn't a warrant on the system that allows him to force entry.
Officer, what they do up here, right, is they look at the warrant, and if the warrant doesn't say they can force entry, they get moved on because they're causing harassment, alarm and distress. So you only have to read the paperwork that they've got, officer, and that does not say that they can force entry.
Right, well, we're just checking that out anyway as we speak, and we'll go from there. Are you a friend of the family or?
No, what it is, mate, I'm a bailiff response team up in the northwest. What it is, we actually actively stop bailiffs who've got fraudulent paperwork at the minute. And we've been quite successful, obviously because of the distance between me and this client. I can't get down there, but we can give advice on the phone, and we can hopefully try and give advice to yourselves. But he'll know what I'm on about, mate. Is it Marston's he's from?
Yes.
Yeah, mate, they know who we are. Tell him Bailiff Response Team Northwest. He'll know exactly who we are straight away.
Okay. All right, lovely.
Can I speak to the lady again, please?
Yeah, I'll hand you over again. Cheers, bud.
Hello.
Just calm yourself down, all right? I've told the police officer that he's causing you harassment, alarm and distress. So he's actually committing an offence now, right?
Okay.
I've told him that he has to go back to court and get a warrant. If he wants to force entry, he has to go back and get a warrant from the court, okay? This guy, ask him if he wants to speak to me. I'll try and speak to him if he wants to. Is the bailiff in the house?
No. The bailiff's outside at the top of the road. I won't let him in the house.
Right, okay. He's not allowed to force entry, so just calm yourself down, okay? You'll be all right. The officer will check his paperwork, and I'm sure he'll come back with the warrant of control cannot force entry, okay?
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Right, listen, you've got my mobile number, but what you're better off doing, if you need us, right, I'm inside a house where I've got a really bad signal, but I'm on the internet. So tell your boyfriend to just ping. Just tell him to keep pinging my Facebook, all right, and I'll ring you back straight away.
Thank you.
All right, can you do us a favour? I know you're a bit distressed and all that at the minute, yeah? When it's all sorted out, will you post something on later on to say we've sorted it out for you if it gets sorted out?
Oh,
Yeah?
of course, man, of course, definitely.
I can't see that officer allowing that gentleman in the house, right? But explain to the officer that before they do anything, right, you want them to speak to me, okay?
Okay.
Put the police officer on. Put the police officer on. I'll just have a quick look.
Question legislation. I've read videos by Wesley Hammond. It's coming fast. We spread like fleas.
Question, officer. Before you take any further action with this bailiff, can you seek my advice, please? Is that okay?
Yeah, please do, yeah.
Before you take any more action, and what I'll do in the meantime, what I'll do now is I'll just get all this paperwork out that tells him where he's got to go and look. All right. But if he's going to try and force entry, I'd like you to seek my advice first, because, as you know yourself, officer, anybody who facilitates this work can be prosecuted as a private individual, not the corporation. And what they're doing is unlawful. We stop them dead in the tracks, mate. If you've got a bit of time yourself at home, go on YouTube, look for a channel called Stand for Common Law, mate, and you'll see. We had a 5-hour standoff the other day with 4 bailiffs, 4 police cars, police dogs, a helicopter, a tow truck and a locksmith, mate, and this all got fired off away by Greater Manchester Police. All right?
Right.
Okay, I'm not lying in what I say, mate. If you have a look on the channel, that guy there will probably be aware who we are. Just tell him beat the banks and bailiffs and he'll know exactly who we are straight away. All right?
Yeah, what was the YouTube thing again?
Stand for Common Law.
Stand for Common Law.
Yeah.
Right.
If you have a look on that, mate, you'll see we stop them every day of the week, mate, and they don't like it. Marston's chief executives are trying to get an appointment with me and me mate to do this together. We actually do this voluntarily, mate. We don't get paid for doing this. We do it of our own free will. So can you see how passionate we are about it?
Yeah.
So just before you take any further steps, officer, I'd like you to be able to ring me back before you allow him, if he claims he can force entry, because I will have all the legislation out ready for you. Okay?
Okay. Yeah,
All right.
that's wonderful.
Cheers. I appreciate your cooperation. What's your name, please?
PC Tincello, Tincello from Kent Police, we are.
All right. Thanks very much, mate. I appreciate your cooperation and I appreciate you trying to assist the lady.
Yeah, it's quite interesting anyway for us, yeah. Cheers.
All right. Thanks very much.
Don't you know your power's gone? Yeah, your power's gone. You should question legislation.
Warrant. Yeah, and this is a different warrant. It's a magistrate's thing, and they may be thinking that they've got powers entry.
Tell him I'm going to read something off the Magistrates Court Act.
Yeah, go on, mate, I'm listening.
Right, on schedule, a bailiff has made an application to the a bailiff. Hang on a minute. The Domestic Crimes and Violence Act 2004 only provides for entry using reasonable force, providing all the following is true. You've not paid the sum, you're inside the property, you are deliberately trying to avoid the bailiff, you have been served the statutory warning, or the bailiff has made an application to the court to break into the property under paragraph 15.1 of Schedule 12 of the Tribunal and Courts Enforcement Act 2007, which is the one we're currently working on. And then it also states, currently, there are no prescribed court procedures for a bailiff to have an audience at a magistrate's court to make that application. So a bailiff having a right to enter the premises does not automatically have the right to levy distress. That requires a separate court authority with a distress warrant or a warrant of control. Now that's on their own paperwork, mate. What they're doing is, they do it all day up here and we stop them every day of the week. Right, the paperwork has Marstons on the top of it. It doesn't have the courts. It doesn't have the court on it. It has Marstons.
Okay.
It's a warrant that they've printed out themselves that basically I could go on the internet and print out myself.
What I'm going to do is, what the plan, I've spoken to our court solicitor about it, because obviously we don't want to instruct somebody to do something and get it wrong.
Correct.
We haven't got a clue really what's going on. We're now trying to sort it all out for everybody.
I appreciate you working with them, officer. That's
third-party bailiffs.
Yeah, well, we're remaining impartial because obviously we need to get to the bottom of it. But what I'm going to do is find out who's given these chaps, who's instructed them to carry out the warrant, and then I'm going to pass it.
Well, officer, what I'm looking at on the Tribunal and Courts Enforcement Act 2007, which is the one that they're working off currently, yeah, is that there is no court in this land that will facilitate a warrant for forced entry for a civil debt. Or a fine. Okay, so this is what I need you to look at, and we're getting them turned away on a daily basis, mate. Like I told your colleague before, we had a standoff.
Just say what it is. The Tribunal Court and Enforcement Act.
It's paragraph 15(1) of Schedule 12 of the Tribunal Courts and Enforcement Act 2007. They are only allowed entry to the property peacefully. A warrant of control allows them to knock on the door and say, will you pay this? If not, can I levy your goods? It doesn't allow them to use forced entry, officer. We do it every day of the week up here. I told your colleague to have a look at our YouTube channel. We had a standoff the other day with 5 of your colleagues from GMP, 5 vehicles, a police dog van, a helicopter, a locksmith, a recovery truck, and 4 bailiffs from Equity, mate, and they all went in the end. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
I appreciate that. Obviously, as you understand, it's obviously civil law. It's not something that we deal with every day, so we just need to get to the bottom of it, really. It's all very confusing.
I appreciate you acting impartial, officer, because most of the officers just come stamping in and start enforcing what the bailiff says. So I appreciate that you're actually standing back and standing on your oath as an officer of the law. And, you know, we appreciate that, and I'm sure the client appreciates that. If there's anything further you need to ask, officer, you know, you're welcome to call us. Please don't take any action till you call us, because, as you well know, under civil law, you can actually be prosecuted as the individual and not the corporation if you do something that's unlawful, yeah?
Yeah, no, don't worry, I'm fully aware of that.
Yeah, okay. No, I'm just making you aware of that in case you weren't, you know, anything unlawful goes on down there, they will pursue it, and it's the individual that gets pursued, not the corporation, okay?
Yeah. All right, no worries. But let me go and speak to these chaps anyway and start doing what our force solicitors said, and then, you know, so I want to make sure we get this right, so...
Excellent. All right, can I speak back to them again? Hello?
Hello,
Hiya, who's that?
it's Double and Vicky.
Hiya.
Vicky and Donna.
Right, so are you all right with that so far, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, okay. Don't let them, just tell them, just remind them, if they do go to do anything, just remind them that they've agreed.
You're just a corporate whore.
If you do go to do anything, just remind them that they've agreed to contact us before they do anything, okay?
That's cool. Lovely.
All right.
I really appreciate your help, Jay, massively. Thank you.
It's all right, just keep yourself calm and don't get worked up, but technically under law, they're actually committing an offence now of causing harassment, alarm and distress.
Exactly, it's what I told the officer.
Yeah. So we'll see what goes on. Like I said, if you need us, get your boyfriend to ping me, because or get your friend to add me now on Facebook, right?
I will do.
I'll add her straight away, and then if you need me, just keep pinging me.
Keep her on the phone. I'd keep her on the phone.
Thank you.
Or do you want to stay on the phone? If you want to stay on the phone, you're welcome to stay on the phone.
So we can listen what's going on.
That's right. I'll wait for them to come back and let them know what they say. And then I'll be there. They're coming down. Hold on. The 2 policemen are chatting now outside the house. One of them's not wearing a jacket. He must be cold. Oh, they're going back up now to speak to the bailiff.
Is anybody videoing the police? They need to be video and recording them.
Yeah, is anybody videoing the police in that?
I videoed them when they first arrived, but obviously once I bring in my
They
phone,
can't because they're on the
video
phone
as
to
well.
us. Have you got a spare phone that you can video them on?
Yeah, I'll do it now.
Right.
I videoed like the first 20 minutes of conversation, but then obviously when everyone started ringing my phone, it got a bit complicated. But I've recorded every time the bailiffs had knocked on the door this morning, apart from the 8:15 one.
All right, well, get them videos, get me added on Facebook and get them sent over to me.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Cameras on, I think I've nailed it. I'll post it on to beat the bailiffs.
Tell you what you need to do. Yeah, listen, I'll tell you what you need to do. You need to go and have a look at www.noparty.co, yeah? And on there, they're looking to make the TV licence voluntary if they get in.
So we're going to keep the bailiff.
Who the fuck's going to pay if it's voluntary?
Noparty.co. Have a look at them.
You need to franchise it, so it's beat the bailiff once in there.
And part of their policy is to make the TV licence voluntary.
Well, they can suck and swivel for my voluntary payment. Yeah, you pay like 4 years worth.
No, that's voluntary. That means if you don't want to pay it, you don't have to.
But then no one's going to pay it, are they?
Well,
but I don't think we should have a TV licence. It's just somewhere else to get money out.
have a look at the noparty.co and see what their policies are. And if you like it, join them.
Yeah, I think I might.
And spread the word.
It means that you say no.
So is this what you do for a living? You basically fight a bailiff. Can you move in my house?
The No Party are saying no to everything.
The No Party.
Yeah, noparty.co. That's their internet address, so it's plain and simple and easy.
Yeah, I thought they were.
There you go, Danny Bumping. Plugged it for you.
Bye.
Sorry, I don't accept your fake warrants, they are just photocopies.
Explain that to us, what you've just explained to them, please.
Basically, we haven't really got anywhere today. What we have done is we've spoken to our legal services who have given me some questions to ask the bailiffs, which I did in terms of their saying that they've advised the lady here that they were going to apply for a power of entry as such, and that they've given her the notice for that. They've sent it back to court, and the court have granted them a power of entry. Magistrate signed it up. I've spoken to the court, and the team leader of the enforcement team that I spoke to has confirmed it's been done. However, there was a question raised by our legal services: does the gentleman who the warrant against need to be at the address? What I spoke to from the court, he wasn't sure, so he was going to seek advice. He was going to seek advice from a currently in a meeting at the moment.
What they do, mate, what they do, right, what they do is they use different excuses all the time as to why they're going, yeah? But there is no forced entry warrant. There's no such thing as a forced entry warrant.
I don't think they're saying it's forced entry. I think they're basically saying that they've got a power of entry.
Yeah, they have got a power of entry, only if the debtor lets them in.
Peacefully.
Peacefully.
But they're saying that at the end of the day, I don't know. I mean, that's why we're sort of like this, and they can, get a power of entry, and it can be a reasonable force, which they're saying is an opposite. So,
There's no. I read that off the Courts and Tribunals Act, yeah, that there is no facility for a bailiff to have an audience with a magistrate to gain a forced entry warrant at the minute. A debt is a civil matter, and you can't enter a property. You can't enter a private dwelling over a property. You can over a debt. You can enter a business premises over a debt. You can. You can get a forced entry warrant for a business.
okay. Well, at the end of the day, as I say, I've done what I need to do. The bailiffs are now gone, so whether they come back or not, I don't know. But that'll have to be dealt with another day.
Right, I don't. What we generally find out now, mate, is once we've been involved, they don't bother coming back.
Right. Well, if they don't bother coming back, then that's great for this bailiff. But I can't say whether they will or they won't.
Yeah, we've got two of the CEOs at the minute, mate. They want to speak to me and Wes to set some common ground between us. Now, if this is the case that they can do all these things, why does their CEO want to come and have a chat with us? Do you know what I mean?
Good question. I don't know. I don't know enough about it, to be honest.
Because we're peaceful in what we do. We don't go round throwing our weight about. We just basically tell them the law. But we've got two CEOs from Marston's who want to come and set common ground with us. Now, if what they're doing is lawful, yeah, and legal, why don't they just crack on with it? And I'm absolutely certain if it was lawful and legal, the constables of this country would know it was lawful and legal, and you wouldn't have to seek advice, would you?
We're doing it. You've got to understand that we don't just deal with things like this, we deal with such a huge variety of things. We have obviously a working knowledge of the law with the things that we deal with on a daily basis, but there's a lot of things we will seek advice on before acting. Because I can't know the law inside and out, because you obviously understand how
doing, mate, at the minute is we're trying to set precedent for the future, for your family, for your kids, for your grandchildren, so that they don't have to suffer what we suffer now. Do you know what I mean? Because what it is, we as a country have rolled over so many times and allowed the corporations to do what they want. I mean, look at it. The health service is going to be privatised. It's going to be Virgin. Do you know what I mean? Everything is being sold off. Have you not seen what's gone on in Stoke at the minute, mate? They've took a building, took full possession of a building in Stoke, yeah, under Article 61 of the Magna Carta 1215. Now that's a law from 1215, and they've took the building. Do you know what I mean? And the police have walked out and left them to it because what it was, the building was handed over to the people by a private individual. Yeah, they allowed the government to use it as a courtroom. Once it's now finished as a courtroom. So the people said, "Can we have the building back?" And they've gone, "No, we're selling it." How can you sell something that doesn't belong to you?
Oh yeah, right. Okay. Bit of an update for today. They're gone today. Right. Right. Now, doesn't mean to say that they won't come back tonight or they won't come back tomorrow.
Okay. We've been sitting here for.
Basically. Okay. Now, we've spoken to our legal services, and they've basically said to us, they've raised a number of things for us to ask the bailiff, which we did. From what the bailiff said, they've been back to court. Apparently, they served you. They've given you. They've advised you that they were going to be applying to false entry.
No, absolutely nothing. He put that letter through that I showed you first.
Yeah, you know,
Minute. Hang on a minute. I'll get him
you
to
know
explain
the
it to you in a
card
minute.
that came through that Scott read out to me on the phone. That is their notice that they can apply to that court for the force of it. That's their statutory note that they put through the door.
Right.
Okay. Basically, we've spoken to the court as well. Now the court are saying that the magistrate has signed them off a power of entry.
What does that mean?
That they can force entry.
Right.
Reasonable
force. Okay. So that would be getting a locksmith in to do it. Okay. That they can do that. However, I've raised the fact that I had a question which I was told to ask by legal services was, does your partner need to be at the address when they do that? They didn't know. So the reason why the bailiffs have gone is because we've obviously been here 2 hours now. They've been here 5. You know, and we said that we're not going to sit here any longer waiting for them to call us back. So basically what I'll do is wait for the court to get back to me. I will update our incident log with the outcome of that, so that if we get in this scenario again, then basically we can either come and support whoever needs to be supported, whether it's you or the bailiffs, all right? Okay.
So what happens if she pays this debt on Thursday?
What, the 240?
Yeah.
They'll still pursue us for the
yeah, and there's the bailiffs are saying that it's not basically the money that you pay. They're saying that some of that will go to the court and some of that will go to them. So as a result of that, there will be some outstanding for the court still and some outstanding for them. So I don't know when you pay whatever you're paying on Thursday. I don't know whether that will be the end of what you owe the court or not. I don't know.
So why can't the bailiff set up a payment plan? Yes. Who wants to talk to the man in front?
No, not really, because I think you get bad advice.
Hello there.
We've gone down the legal
Oh, yeah.
channels. We've gone down the legal channels.
Yeah, certainly. Basically, we haven't really got anywhere today. What we have done is we've spoken to our legal
you need to get
services
Scott
who have given me some questions to ask bailiffs, which I did.
When he gets in tonight or from work, ring him on his mobile.
They were going to apply
come to some arrangement.
We've tried and he won't let us.
All he wants to do is take the money.
He's told
It's
me.
ridiculous.
He said, I'm not here, I'm here for your good, so
have
we've told him,
granted them apparently
right?
the magistrate's
No
time.
disrespect to you.
And,
I've said,
team leader,
the lady
the
showed me
enforcement
round the
team
house,
that I
mate.
spoke to
I
as the
said,
service
you
was
ain't going to
done.
get £600
There
worth of
was a
stuff.
question
You
raised
can't
by,
take fridges,
our legal
freezers,
services
cookers,
does
anything
the,
like that.
the gentleman
Because
who
I tell
was
you now,
next need to be at the
I don't know,
address.
it's worth 50 quid, I don't
now
know,
the chap who I
whatever.
spoke to
I
from
said,
the court, he
and
wasn't
kids'
sure, so
toys.
he was going to seek advice.
Are they allowed to take children's
The people he was going to seek advice from are
I
currently
didn't think
in
they
the
were.
at the moment.
So,
he's
he knows
basically-
that, right? He knows that. So,
Maybe he'd be more cooperative with setting up a payment plan with him now.
get Scott.
Well, I'm not-
Listen,
I don't
what's the
think
best
it's
course of
not-
action?
I'm not- I
He
don't
said,
think it's forced entry.
Scott
I think
Packer
they're
needs to
basically
ring
saying
them.
that they've got a
It's
power-
not going away,
power of entry.
right?
I'm not saying that.
No, no, but for your own sake, every time he comes round, locksmith comes round, that dead's going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. You've got to ring him, do whatever. If it's 100 quid a month, if it's, I don't know, whatever, and you've got to stick to it until it goes away. Otherwise it won't, and you'll get this scenario every day. If he wants to come every day, he'll come every day. And you don't want that. So it can go away.
Well,
don't ignore it.
How do we find out if he's allowed to force entry without Scott being here? How do we find that out?
End it. He's a waste of space.
Okay. Well, at the end of the day, as I say, it's, you know, I've done what I needed to do. The bailiff is now gone, so whether they come back or not, I don't know. But that'll have to be dealt with another day.
Is it? What we've told, he's probably looking online or something. What we've told legal services, what he said, he's totally wrong.
Right. Well, if they don't bother coming back, then that's great for this lady, isn't
They
it?
might not understand that in April this year.
But I can't say whether they will or they won't.
All changed.
What is she saying?
Right. Good question. I don't know. I don't know enough about it, to be honest. As I say, we're sort of.
You don't intimidate people, they just up and it does.
I don't know if it's true or not. He said that when you open the door to him, he could have steamed in, but he didn't because although he's big and intimidating, and I don't really like talking to him, he's quite in your face.
Yeah, he's a very impressive man.
He said he didn't.
Yeah, but you've got to understand that we don't just.
He was a lone female with a child, so he's saying, just let him know I have got some. I have been.
There's a lot of things we can see.
You really keep telling me I'll be in your house in 10 minutes, love. You'll turn around and I'll be there. I'll be in your house.
He's trying to make you give in and falter.
But it's threatening, isn't it? And that man puts her on the back.
Nobody's going to know that, are they?
At the end of the day, they're not very nice, but I mean, that's their job. That's their job. It's no good coming around going,
They could try being nice at first, do you know what I mean, and understand that she's not the person to deal with, do you know what I mean? And it's the fact that, and I get it, Scott's got to ring whatever, Phil
get
Kutts,
him to ring him ASAP and sort it. Don't argue with him.
No, but you just need to ring him and tell him, I don't want you coming around my house again. How do we deal with this? Because I'm not having you frightening my children and frightening my partner like this. Yeah?
Really? Yeah. I don't know anything about that.
I don't think he should have been using such forceful...
Because he could be back tomorrow.
So he's been back every day for the past 2 weeks.
I know, and he will, I reckon. So
I think his golden balls of whatever Marston's, and they've sent him because...
So I'll get Scott to call him then.
Probably the best, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
that's all right. Okay, you take care. That's all right. All right, bye then.
Bye.
You turn it off now.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, darling. Yes, darling. Vicky's crying again, babe. They basically did turn around and said, They've just turned around and said that he's gone for today, but he'll be back tomorrow.
He won't be back, he won't be back. I promise you he won't be back now. He'll leave now. You need to put a move on him back.
I think there's already one on the window, darling. What is that on the window?
There's one. I mean, I was just trying to be polite when I was calling you, mate. That's. No, I wasn't saying that. When I referred to you as mate, it was just a figure of speech, as just trying to be polite to you.
Just keep it on a professional level.
Keep it on a professional level. Okay. Yeah. Well, I've sent my third-party authorization letter along with a proof of identification from the client. So, due to something on your system, they've emailed me and asked me to contact you direct. So.
Okay. Let me just check something else, and then just to see if there's actual any notes on the system to say that they've actually received a third-party authorisation, because they may have updated the actual notes themselves and then put that on there. And then if not, what I'll do is I'll give them a call back, and then I'll find, obviously, if that is correct. Just give us 2 seconds just to check this.
I mean, there's no need to be so official. I mean, we can like.
I do need to be official. I do need to be official. I need to be absolutely 100% official.
Okay.
Have you got the reference number there, Brian? I think it's 284 something, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm actually on the phone that they sent it to, mate. So, oh, sorry, Mr. Kutts. Sorry. I'm just used to being like, you know, polite with people, and that's how I am with people.
Yeah, but you'll understand the position that we're in at the minute is I don't know you don't know me. I'm definitely not your mate. Yeah, there isn't an easy route and a hard route. Because to me that sounds like, you know, somebody's trying to back me into a corner.
No, there is an easy way and an hard way to do it, mate.
In your opinion, there's only one way I do it, and that's a professional way.
Right, and if it's professional, then you'd understand the following the guidelines, then, yeah?
No, so I'm not going to enter into a conversation right now about anything until I've actually seen the third-party authorisation, or that there's evidence to say that it's actually taken place.
We've gone down the M6. Get your foot down. 5 to 5. So are you not aware of who we are then? No?
I've never heard of you.
Check us out on YouTube.
Well, at the end of the day, what people put on YouTube, you know, is debatable anyway. You know,
We're very successful in what we do. Very successful. We're very successful in what we do.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I've never heard of you.
Have a look on YouTube, Stand for Common Law. And it's primarily against the Marston group that we go up against.
Right. Right, let me have a look here.
I am, yes, correct.
Right. I'll just check the system, and there is notes on the system to say that the emails that received from yourself has made a response and you've got signed authority attached.
Yeah.
So I'm now happy to enter into a discussion with you based on the fact that I've got evidence that you've obviously been given third-party authorisation.
What I'm asking you to do is just hold the case for 7 days while I take instructions as to what's to happen next. Obviously, I've just walked into this, so I need something. I need.
I'll tell you what I'll do. Before I agree to anything, you give me your version of events.
I don't know anything at this moment in time. So I need to.
I'm satisfied that everything that's gone forward is lawful, as I've evidenced today. I'm also satisfied that the person who obviously that it relates to was given 7 days last week.
Right, well, I don't really want to enter into things because I don't want to say the wrong thing to you at the minute. So I'm asking you, you know, as I've only just got third-party access on this account today, can you give me 7 days to take instructions? I will probably come back to you before the 7 days, but I'm just asking you to give me 7 days in case I need to retrieve paperwork off the client so that I can then move forward, as opposed to us, you know, running around in the dark.
An agreement, but what I will do is I will speak to the client tomorrow, and I'm going to speak to my manager and ask him, obviously, because at the end of the day I've never heard of you.
Well, you've got third-party access there, so the case has been handed over to myself. The client doesn't want to speak to you at the minute, yeah. So while I take instructions.
Who are you talking about as a client? Your client?
Yeah, my client. Yeah, my client doesn't want to speak to you at the minute, so I'm just asking you to just, there's nothing lost, nothing gained in 7 days, is there? I'm not asking you to put it off for a month. I'm just saying, can you give it 7 days while I take instructions? That's it.
When I talk about the client, I'm talking about my client.
Right.
I'm not talking about your client. So what I'm going to do is, I've never heard of it despite, you know, YouTube and whatever else. So I will speak to my manager and decide what, you know, they want to do in conjunction with the client. You know, and I'm talking about, you know, our client here. You know, they may wish for me to proceed, and I'll take their guidance on that, you know.
Well, under law, right, and the guidelines that you act in, yeah, if somebody appoints a third party, you have to give that third party chance to get the full facts.
What law is that?
Well, there's guidelines which allow somebody to.
What law is that? You just quoted law to me. What law is it?
There's guidelines, if you let me finish.
Oh, so it's not law.
Well, within the law and the legislation, there's guidelines which don't direct.
You need to be very careful here because if you want to go in, if you're going to tell me there's a law, I expect you to know that.
Are you going to let me finish? Are you going to let me finish?
I will quote law to you, chapter and verse.
Right. There is a provision within the guidelines and the legislation to allow somebody to appoint a third-party representative to speak to them. Well, I haven't got it on me like right at this moment in time because I'm in my vehicle.
Do you not expect you to know that though?
What I suppose?
If I attend an address, as I did today, the police are there,
Yeah.
and the expectation is that I know my job. Now, if you're acting as a third party, or if you're acting as an advisory group, you know, the integrity that you need to provide is that you know what you're talking about. No, you just.
And I've just said to you, I need to go away and I need to discuss things.
Tell me what that is. So unless you want to tell me what.
There's provisions in everything to appoint a third party, in everything. Well, we're not going to get, listen, we're just getting into a childish argument here now. Well, it is. There's guidelines and provisions to allow everybody to appoint a third party, okay? So what I'm asking you, right, well, if you're looking at the Tribunal and Courts Enforcement Act, then you'll be aware it's 15.2, which states in there about forced entries that there is no current prescription of ways to do things. I can't remember the exact wording that they said because we've got that much going on at the minute, right? There's no prescribed court to allow a bailiff an audience with a magistrate to get a forced entry warrant. So if you're particular with the 2007 Tribunal and Courts Act, you will know that then, won't you? Well, we're on about the 2007 one at the minute, so we're not skipping and changing, are we? The 2007 one states that there is no prescribed audience in a magistrate's court at this moment in time to entertain a forced entry warrant.
The legislation that forced entry comes under the Domestic Violence and Crimes Act 2004, Schedule 4A, though, does it not?
Right, yeah, but the 2007 one, which is after that one, states that you have to go away and get a forced entry warrant, and then you have to come back with a forced entry warrant.
No, I don't. What I'm going to do is I'm going to speak to my manager, and then I'll take guidance from him as to whether he wants me to put it on hold
Well, before you proceed any further with this matter, will you consult with me then?
Yeah, of course, that's what I'm saying. Are you on this number all the time?
I am, yeah. Before you appear at the client's address, will you consult with me?
I will extend that courtesy to you, yes.
Because it's causing harassment, alarm and distress, obviously, to his girlfriend, which, if you're aware with law, that is an offence, a criminal offence.
That's again, there's a lot of it in your opinion.
Well, if you're causing somebody harassment, alarm and distress, then that is a criminal offence. Under law.
I'm sure the police would have arrested me today.
Well,
they were present.
Well, we did ask you to retreat back, and you did retreat back to your van. So you technically weren't causing, if you were in the property causing alarm and distress, or outside the property causing alarm and distress.
There's two police officers there that I'm sure are more than capable of arresting me today.
But you were asked to back off to your van, and you did that. So you complied with.
I wasn't asked to back off.
All right then. Well, anyway, you backed off to your vehicle, and you stayed in your vehicle, which wasn't causing alarm and distress. If you were on the property, you were causing alarm and distress.
I'll give you a call tomorrow. All right.
Right. I look forward to hearing from you.
'Cause I owe you nothing at all.
Mr. Kutts.
Yeah, speaking.
Hey mate, I'm ringing up regarding Scott Packer to see if we've come up with any. You said you were going to check with further on today.
Sorry, who was it again?
It's Jay, Bailiff response team, talking about Scott Packer.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, no, I'm doing my manager. I've let him know, obviously, that the conversation we had. But as of yet, they've not got back to me, so basically I've left it with them to make the decision and go from there.
Alright, no problem. Alright, so as soon as you get something, you'll ring me back, yeah?
Yeah, as soon as sort of like I get any sort of direction or whatever else, or if they say, they may contact you directly, I don't know.
Right.
I'll, as soon as they tell me to call you back, then I will do.
Alright, no problem. I was just checking, you know what I mean, because obviously the client is very anxious, you know what I mean, so... Alright, okay,
yeah,
thanks.
No, that's fine. Alright, no worries.
Thanks, bye.
Cheers, bye.
Day I got your letter through my door. I'm gonna put aside alleged debts, remove your implied right of access, won't take your bully tactics anymore. The sentimental things you're after